Hey y'all boys, what's good? It's your boy Mar back in another video, and y'all, what's today? I know you see a title, and today we're reviewing Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Before we get to talking about this movie, this is the first video of 2024, so I hope this year brings you guys nothing but blessings and you accomplish everything you want to or been trying to accomplish, and you guys can help me with what I've been trying to achieve. We just forgot to like the video, comment what your favorite Guardians movie is, and also sub to this channel and my reaction channel where I react to shows like Loki, Invincible, and The Last of Us. So if you're interested in that, the link will be in the description down below. Also, for y'all that have been subbed to the channel, I already know some of y'all are like, wait, isn't the next movie after Guardians Age of Ultron? And you're right. But you're watching the IntoTheMARVerse video. There's gonna be changes all the time. Matter of fact, I have another one coming real soon. But let's start talking about things that's actually in this movie. We start this movie with Star-Lord's dad, Ego, and the woman that Captain America lost his virginity to, but they show us off the rip what he's doing. Also, the de-aging effect on Kurt Russell was just crazy. Like, he actually looks like him in the 80s. For y'all that hate this Baby Groot title card scene, you honestly just don't like fun because this is actually such a good and cute scene. Like, come on, look how cute this is.
Groot, get out of the way, you're gonna get hurt! Hi!
And if you're complaining that it's too long, deal with it. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Mauricio. Out of everybody on the Guardians, Drax for sure has the worst plans, because why did he think jumping inside of it and cutting from the inside would work?
Guess I prefer to make people the old-fashioned way.
Perhaps someday you could give me a history lesson.
I honestly just caught the joke this time around, and this is actually crazy, especially right in front of Gamora. Rocket is always unnecessarily making the situation worse by saying something dumb, and I'm personally here for it. I like how the Sovereign's army is literally like playing a video game to fight people. Like, no one is actually gonna get hurt when they fight. One thing I always love about the Guardians movies is that they feel like an actual family, which is so important in these films. I don't like how they were being like, this is Zylak when he was the only one who survived this long. Like, how y'all clowning him for dying and y'all died way earlier? This Harbulary battery joke shouldn't be as funny as it is, but it just is.
He stole Anulax's batteries.
They're called Harbulary batteries.
Oh, they're not!
Now, this man right here is a big part of what makes this movie still fantastic. In my opinion, his arc in this movie is crazy, but we'll talk about that later. I'm with Star-Lord, man. I was just never buying this whole "I've been looking for you this whole time" thing from Ego. And Mantis's character has come a long way, because I forgot how weird this character is when we first meet her. Like, she's still weird, but you guys get what I'm saying. I love this conversation between Gamora and Quill because he is being very vulnerable and she's just helping him through it. It's just cute to see good romance in these movies. I like how Gamora is literally a mother figure for Baby Groot, which makes their conversation at the end of Guardians 3 so much more meaningful. Mantis is so messed up for revealing how Quill feels about Gamora.
Romantic, sexual love.
No, I don't.
For her!
No!
Rocket set up all these traps and just started having way too much fun. I like how no matter what he says, Yondu was just never gonna actually do anything bad to Quill in either one of the Guardians movies. If you thought the first movie looked great, this movie looks even better. Like, this shit is just beautiful. Bro, what the fuck is wrong with Drax? He just be letting his intrusive thoughts out, because why would you ask this man if he has a penis?
Yes, Drax, I got a penis. Ha! Thank you. It's not half bad. Huh.
It's wild to me how the Ravagers were just casually killing people that they consider friends and family. I didn't think of how dumb of a name Taserface is until Rocket started cooking him about it.
You know what would be a really kick-ass name? Taserface!
Nebula really wears her heart on her sleeve, man. I think this scene is when I start to not hate the character anymore, to be honest. I like this struggle Quill has with Ego about him leaving because it's so realistic. You left your son to watch his mom die. He's gonna, of course, feel some resentment. Quill finally getting to play catch with his father was such a cute scene. But I don't know about y'all, but something about this scene is just goofy. I think it's because it's two grown men throwing a ball with each other. I don't know. Drax really made a valuable lesson out of dissing Mantis, but I really do like this conversation because it sets the groundwork for the relationship later on. James Gunn, holy shit, we get it. You make beautiful movies, man. These shots are crazy. I really like this scene because it shows how much pain Drax carries around, even though he's like the main Guardian that just laughs all the time and always seems happy. I like this conversation between Rocket and Yondu because they really start understanding each other. People love to say how this movie isn't as funny as the first, but I don't know, man. It may not be funnier, but I think they're way closer than people give this movie credit for. Like I said in the last Guardians video, just seeing Yondu use his arrow will always be cool and fun to see. Why'd I just notice Groot literally getting his revenge on a specific guy that was bullying him earlier? Bro, Taserface just isn't a good name, and you had to die with that. Literally. I like how this conversation starts because they're having this cute scene, actually dancing together and being vulnerable, but it ends terribly because they both start having a lack of understanding, which is so disappointing. Guys, I'm sorry for bringing it up, but James Gunn just isn't relaxing with these shots. Every chance Nebula gets, she tries to kill Gamora, and it just never works. I agree, Gamora. You just saved her life and now she's trying to kill you again. Once again, here's just a lack of understanding and perspective because on Nebula's side, yes, Thanos did do all these terrible things because Gamora won. But the same thing would have happened to her. Also, she lost, adding to the fact that Thanos literally destroyed her home world. Why wouldn't she try and win? It's not her fault. It's Thanos' fault for putting you guys up against each other like that with these extremes if y'all lost. Ego is so good at relating to you to manipulate you, which is why he's a better villain than he gets credit for. Like, he's actually pretty good. Stan Lee! I love this Yondu and Rocket scene, man. It does so much for both of the characters. It's just beautiful the way James Gunn can make us feel for these people. It's hilarious how Ego is his name. Like, he literally wants all life to be him. Like, it's literally in the name. People like to say Ego's villainous turn has pacing issues, but I really disagree. I feel like they were building up during the whole movie. Like, are you telling me when in the beginning of this movie you saw this man putting this glowing thing on Earth, you thought that he was gonna be a good guy? I still to this day will never understand why Ego thought Star-Lord would be cool with his father killing his mom. It's also one of the craziest needle drops in the whole MCU because actually, what the fuck?
It broke my heart to put that tumor in her head.
What?
Did you have to break his Walkman though? Like, that was so unnecessary. And here's where the Guardians are just at their best. Just coming together while telling jokes and just being a fun, entertaining family saving the universe. I like how this is the groundwork for Yondu's advice that literally helps Quill defeat Ego later on.
You think when I make this arrow fly, I use my head?
Nebula is a W for putting her body on the line to kill the Sovereign. I like how Gamora has this cry because she thought Quill died for a second, because she always acts like she doesn't feel the same way as him. But she clearly does. Guardians team up shot that ends with Mantis getting knocked the fuck out. Holy. Yeah, Guardians 2 is definitely when I started to like Nebula.
Get over it.
Once again, the third act in these Guardians movies, man. You have a feeling they're still gonna win because it's Marvel and the heroes just don't lose, at least not yet. But the sense of urgency is just there and it helps the movie a lot. Yondu's words literally gave Quill the strength to fight back and start changing how this fight would have gone.
I don't use my head to fly the arrow, boy. I use my heart.
It's so fun to see Quill flying around, but with actual powers. Once again, I love this scene with Rocket and Yondu. Like, he's not even in the movie that much, but every time Yondu is on the screen, his character just gets better and better. I love how worried the team is about Quill, and you just see how it actually saddens Rocket to leave without him. This is just easily the best team in the MCU. This line and scene is just so beautiful.
He may have been your father, boy, but he wasn't your daddy.
Yondu making the sacrifice to save Quill's life. Man, if you ask me, this is one of the saddest deaths in MCU history, in my opinion. Love this moment between Nebula and Gamora. Their whole relationship really changed after this movie. Even Kraglin gets his little shine, and I'm glad Quill gave him the arrow. Playing father and son after everything we just saw, man, James Gunn, you gotta chill. The fact that Yondu really got a Ravager funeral is just so beautiful, man, especially considering what happened earlier with the other Ravagers. I like this scene with Rocket because it goes back to the relationship building of him and Yondu and what he made him realize about himself. Everything about this Ravager funeral was just great. I like how this post-credit scene actually does something in Guardians 3. It took us 17 years to see Adam Warlock after this post-credit scene, but it was worth it. All of y'all's rooms for sure look like Groot's. Nah, we got Stan Lee twice in this movie. I love Guardians 2, man. Obviously, I love this movie, as you guys can tell, because with the Guardians movies, you just actually feel something while watching it, especially in all the relationships, whether it's Quill and Gamora getting closer and closer to becoming a thing, or Rocket and Yondu realizing they have the same affection problems. James Gunn just writes them so well. Like, a problem I have with the first movie is Nebula. Like, I honestly really did hate her in that movie, but in this movie you get perspective and why she's the way she is. Also, her and Gamora come together as sisters in the end. Even the subtlety that they have with Drax in that scene where they show us he's literally just been carrying around this pain all the time. Yondu's arc in this movie when it comes to a side character just has to be one of, if not the best in the MCU. If there's another one, y'all make sure to let me know. And then of course, everything we do with Star-Lord and his two dads, the story is just a emotional and beautiful. The cinematography in this movie is amazing. Like the first one already looked great, and somehow this one looks even better. Ego's actually a really good villain, and he should get talked about more. Also, all the actors do a fantastic job in this movie. Like everybody really brought their A game. Even the music is just as good, if not better than the first, but you can argue that about any of the Guardians movies. In my opinion, picking either one of them to have the best music in like a specific Guardians movie isn't a bad take at all. Like either one of the Guardians movies could have the best music. One of the only problems I have with this movie is the comedy at their emotional moments. Like sometimes it actually works, but there was like 3 or 4 times where I wish I just felt the scene instead of it being cut by a joke. But I still think Guardians 2 is great. Is it a step down from the first? Yeah, but the gap is not nearly as wide as some people make it to be, because where this movie struggles in some areas, they make it up in others. I'm gonna give Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 a 9 out of 10. If y'all like this video and you want to see others like it, make sure to hit that sub button and turn the noti bell on to get notified whenever I post. I hope y'all have a good 2024, and I'll see you guys next video. But y'all boys, make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and make sure to always trust the process.
Yes, Drax?
I got a penis.
Ha! Thank you. That's not half bad.